Hello there, and welcome back to my day 5 of my series of women being tired. And most of us are tired of being tired. Well, welcome back. My name's Veronica, and thank you for watching. And in today's video, I'm just going to talk about those of us that are working full time and going to school full time. That is, very hard. Or those of us that are working multiple jobs, like two plus jobs, and possibly a single parent. I just want you to know that number one, you're not alone. And number two, what's most important to remember is you're in a season. This is not, you know, the way your life will be um, for the remainder of your life. Just know and remind yourself that you're doing this to better yourself. And again, this is just a season, and you will have a blessing at the end of this season. So don't give up on yourself. I know it can be kind of hard when you are dealing with not being able to have that social interaction. Um, or it can, trigger the feeling of loneliness because you're always, either tired or trying to prepare either for school or prepare for the next job and so on. With that in mind, it's very important that you still stay in community and that you reach out, take those small moments to reach out to others because you still need that human interaction on a social level. If there are ways for you to, maybe take a lunch break with a coworker or meet a friend or family member for lunch, or if it, means getting in your car like I am right now and, reaching out if you can, do a video chat with a friend or a family member, especially someone that will make you laugh and bring you joy. Um, those, moments are priceless when you're going through having such a tight schedule, being exhausted, and feeling like every day is just repeat, repeat, repeat. And even on, your days off, they might technically be a day off, but you're, having to do homework or you're having to prepare for the other job or you're trying to get, chores and so on done um, to be able to go to the, next job or if you go to school in person and not online, just trying to muster up the energy for that. Again, I want to remind you this is just a season. You will get through this. Continue to build upon your community. And one of the most important things that you want to remember and to consider, ask for help. Many of us, myself included, we have a hard time asking for help, or we, may have the perception that the next person may not do it as well as we will do it. And that may be true. We all have our different, strengths, or we have our different perception as it relates to possibly cleaning and so on. But if a person's coming from a good place and they are willing to help, let them help. Even if it's not quite up to your standards, some help, whether that may look like, someone folding a basket of laundry. Yes, they may not fold the towels like you do, they may not line them up like you do, but they're folded. And life won't end because they're not folded perfectly or as you may do it. So remember to reach out and ask for help. Or if someone offers to help, remember they obviously have your best interest at heart and they're offering to help. So, you know, don't waste a lot of time thinking about it. Let them help unless there's some, you know, un unwanted strings attached. But I'm sure that you are able to who has your best interest at heart. So hopefully you don't have to deal with anything like that. Um, moving on, another thing, when you're dealing with, working multiple jobs, single parenting, going to school, or, even just, aging, it's so important to try to maximize your time as far as your meal prep. Um, of course, many people like to go in the store and pick their own groceries and so on. But if ordering on an app and having that delivered to your home, or even having it delivered to your car on pickup, utilize those services, because that's going to save you, lots of time. And, again, it may not be your preference, but you're looking at maximizing your time. So, in essence, you can be able to get a little bit more rest. And instead of, maybe grabbing fast food and so on, pick items that are, easy to grab and go. Especially now, summertime, there's more fruits that are available. Something that you can just, if you travel a lot, that you can just grab and, you can take a bite. Or, some carrot sticks and celery. I like peanut butter, a little container of peanut butter. Just different things that will help keep your energy up, and most importantly, keep your health up, because when you're pulling these long hours and so on, that is working on your health, your mental, and so on. So you want to feed your body good foods. I'm not saying that sometimes, hey, we, can't give in to fast food or something like that, but try to, maximize, healthier choices when possible. And of course, I don't want to sound like your mother. Drink that water. Some people may not be a big fan of water. Throw a lemon in there. Cut up some fruit, throw some fruit in there, squeeze some orange, whatever you like, jazz it up. But at the same time, you're jazzing up your body in a positive way. And lastly, remember that you have a blessing at the end of this season. You are a blessing, and you are a blessing to this world. So, what you're sacrificing right now is going to help you, your family, your community, and beyond. So, keep doing what you're doing. Hold your head up high. And remember, when you look in that mirror, tell yourself that you love you. It's so important that your subconscious knows that you love you, and keep doing the positive things, because when you do positive things, though, you attract positive things in your life and positive people. And just keep doing you, keep being you, and keep being an asset to this world, and continue to build community. Continue to, to reach out to people, in between time, because you need those mental boosts. And those mental boosts will also give you a physical boost. Um, they say people that smile more are much happier and much healthier. Try it, try smiling a little more and see how that, boosts your self esteem, and how it just boosts you in general. And, continue to surround yourself with the positive people. So, on that note, I want to thank you again for being here. Please be sure to go to my website so you can get those free tips on living a softer life. Because again, this is a season, but this is a step in the right direction to you beginning to live a softer life. And softer life means, doing only what you want to do and what you have to do, but not taking on everything, not being the go getter for everybody and figuring out everything for everybody, doing for everybody, stopping what you're doing to help others. It's okay sometimes, but don't make that a habit. Pour into yourself, because you can't pour from an empty cup. Please be sure to check out the website. That is softerlifebeyondtrauma.com. Thank you.